What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trades. Where we get technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying that I am not a financial advisor nor expert. I am just some guy. Oh man, I need a drink. I'm just some guy on YouTube, so take what I say with a grain of salt. The reason that I started this channel is because a couple years back, I was about $30,000 deep in some pretty bad medical debt, and I was very fortunate to have some close family, friends, and mentors that pushed me to work really hard and invest my money in the market. And I'm happy to say that not only am I now financially free, but I'm doing pretty well for myself at the age of 23. And guys, I got my undergraduate in nutrition, so I'm telling you, this can be learnable by anybody. If I can pass along any of the information, resources, or tools that are given to me, make the community a little bit better off than it was before, that's all a guy can ask for. Lastly, if you would not mind dropping a like on the video, it really does help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. Now, quick shout out to the guys over at the Patreon. We do have some new members that joined us for 57 strong. Dave, Ricardo, Amit, Ayodel, Jaden, Mecca, Ridgeway, Alec, Arthur, Nantana. These guys will all have access to my private Discord as well as real-time insight to my personal trading, and I am very grateful for the support. If you're interested in joining, there is a link down below to the Patreon, which will give you access to all that I said before. Now, today we're going to be giving a stock analysis on ticker symbol BFT, Foley Trasimene Acquisition Corporation. This was a stock recommendation by subscriber Edison Aquino. He said, Trey, can you do an analysis on BFT? My friend, you are lucky because today is your stock, my friend. Let's eat. So, we're going to be giving a stock analysis on BFT. We're going to be taking a look at the overall volume we're seeing. We're going to analyze the 200 period EMA, the 20-day volume adjusted moving average, the VWMA. I've got the RSI indicator pulled up. We'll talk about what these all mean, current bullish and bearish trends. And then we're going to look at this from a macroscopic and a microscopic point of view. In case you're a mid to long-term investor or a day or swing trader, personally, I think this is best played as a mid-term investment, as it is a SPAC deal. And we're going to get into what BFT is just this year up to snuff. So, BFT, or Foley Trasimene Acquisition Corporation, operates as a blank check company. The firm is formed for the purpose of effecting a merger, capital stock exchange, asset acquisition, stock purchase, reorganization, or similar business combination with one or more businesses. And they are going to be merging with the company PaySafe. Now, PaySafe is pretty similar to PayPal. They offer online cash, digital wallets, integrated payments, online payments. They have, business at scale, a global leader in payments. We serve businesses of all shapes and sizes across 120 markets. I do think they're pretty strong in the gaming industry. PaySafe leads the market in risk and fraud, a specialized approach to every transaction, and they've got things like cards to banks to wallets to online cash. There's a bunch of different resources that they offer, and they look pretty solid as a company. So if we pull up, PaySafe on Yahoo, or we'll just look up PaySafe financials. Take a quick look at this. Okay, so I've got it pulled up, and I'll read this off right here. This year alone, PaySafe expects to generate revenue of $1.38 billion, according to page 28 of its presentation. And I will leave a link to all of these in the description box down below if you'd like to take a closer look at it. But it does seem like a pretty safe investment, and I like this as a SPAC deal. I don't currently have a position in the stock, just to be transparent, so this is a completely unbiased perspective. You can take a look right here. I do not have any reason to pump up the stock for any reason whatsoever, but they do seem to be promising in the terms of revenue, and Foley Acquisition is also backed by a capable team. So this is the most recent news that I found on BFT. This is posted on January 6th. It's been a month since financial services veteran Bill Foley announced the combination of BFT, Special Purpose Acquisition Company, the SPAC, with PaySafe Group Holdings Limited, a privately held payments platform controlled by private equity. Long term, if you own BFT stock, Foley's going to deliver it for you. It states how much revenue they're expecting. The SPAC IPO raised $337 million in 2020. I'll leave a link to this in the description box down below. But they're backed by a very solid team, and I do think this is going to be a very safe stock to get into as a swing trading opportunity. I've got their website pulled up. Their most recent press release was on July 16th, 2020. So nothing recent in that sense on BFT. However, the big thing that you're going to be looking for here is this merger with PaySafe. As I stated, PaySafe will report $103 billion in transactions in 2021, and it expects to report $1.5 billion in revenues and a gross profit of $963 million in 2021. So it does seem like a very solidly backed company. Now, if we do take a look at the 1 month charts, look at this from a macroscopic point of view, we've got a pretty solid support level sitting here at $13.82, followed by, I like this level of support right here. We have a couple different contact points, previous acting levels of resistance, here, now acting as a level of support. So you're seeing a solid upward trend in the stock. You can see that, a month ago we were at 1066, currently trading at 1494. So that's very solid margin of return so far. And they are expected to announce their overall merger date sometime in the middle of 2021. The transaction is estimated to close by the first half of 2021. So, we're expecting this sometime in the next, 3, 4, 5, 6 months to finish. As with most SPAC deals, you're probably holding this as a midterm investment, as usually a pullback follows when the merger date does come and the companies do merge, right? So personally, I would recommend this as a midterm investment. Currently looking pretty solidly bullish at a macroscopic view. We are beginning a upward trend right here, and there is one thing that I really like, and this is something I pay very close attention to, and that is a crossover on the 20-day volume adjusted moving average over the 200 EMA. The 200 EMA is this dark blue line right here. The light blue line is the 20 period VWMA, and the VWMA is a volume adjusted moving average, so it takes into consideration the overall volume that you're seeing get pumped into a stock and creates a 20-day trend line of 1478 based off of that. And the 200 EMA, the exponential moving average, is an overall trend line valuation based on a 200-day moving period average price on the stock. And anytime that you see this crossover, right, on the VWMA, and it goes over this 200 EMA, that is a bullish indicator, and that's usually a sign that a bullish reversal is incoming. And if we do zoom in on the stock right now, there is still a gap between the 200 EMA and the 20 period VWMA, and the larger this gap becomes, the more bullish, the more control the bulls hold over the bears in this stock. And I do see this following a pretty solid upward trajectory. If we draw out a trend line right here, we do have an ascending wedge forming, and what this basically is it is a tightening of price action. And if we draw a trend line here, it'd probably make more sense to draw from here. Let me just start over there. If we draw a trend line from here, you can see that this price action is in fact tightening, and if we break through either of these trend lines, I would expect to see a pretty harsh movement either in the upward or the downward direction. Typically with an ascending wedge, there's more pressure from buyers to push the price up, so I would be watching to see that we break through this trend line in the next couple of days. So if we do extend this as so, extend this as so, you're seeing that we're probably looking at another day or two before we cross this trend line. We're either going to see the price action continue to compress, more buying pressure, more tight squeeze on the price action, or we're going to have some pretty harsh moves. And this is a very bullish indicator to me. We've got two solid bullish confirmations coming from BFT right now. So I would expect that we see some bullish movement on the stock before we see some bearish movement. We do have a solid 4-day run coming, and if we can break through this, I think that's going to be a huge momentum shift to see some movement like this that we have in the past. I do think that's going to bring in some other buyers. I think you're going to see an increase in volume if we do push through that, as I anticipate that there are buyers waiting to see this exact confirmation that I pointed out on the charts. And once that does happen, we're probably going to see a little bump in volume, maybe 2 times, 3 times as much like we see here. The RSI indicator, we are currently trading a little bit above neutral. If we do look in the past, anytime that we have approached over 70, which is overbought, 30 is oversold. Typically, the corrections do approach the mid-30s to low 40s, so not too harsh of a correction. Here we did have a pretty steep correction. We did approach that oversold territory and rebounded very nicely to the neutral area. So we are currently trading pretty neutral on the RSI. No crazy price action, no crazy volume. Nothing standing out to me that's saying this is going to absolutely go insane over the next week or so, but it is approaching, a bullish reversal. I could see the beginning stages of a bullish reversal here. If we do pull up VNGO right now, and we look at right before this stock went off, let's take a look at this time period right here. This was the first time that the VWMA crossed over the 200 EMA. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days before the stock popped off, right? And if we look here at BFT, we have that same crossover right here. Not a large gap, just a small crossover on the VWMA and the 200 EMA. And we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 days. And if we continue to see that ascending wedge pressure, the buying pressure, I could see this starting to pop off in maybe 4 or 5 days. Of course, I'm not a wizard. I can't predict the future. But based on trends that we've seen in the market and based on what I know about the given indicators and technical analysis patterns on the chart, it does seem that there is pressure pointing towards an upward movement in the near future. So if you're looking to get into this stock, this current ascending wedge, I doubt we're going to drop below. And if we do, it's probably going to be closer to this 1382 mark. So if you do see a dip below this ascending wedge, I'm thinking we'll probably see $13.82, which would be a great entry point. Otherwise, I think you're probably going to have to get in somewhere, in this high 14s range. But I don't think that's the end of the world, right? I can see this company. I mean, if they're generating $1.5 billion of revenue in 2021, I do think that's a very solid number. And this could be a $25, $30 stock just based off of that alone. So I do think you're going to see a pretty solid return on your investment with a SPAC company if you do hold it for the midterm. And even if we do dip below at 1478, if we do, that's an opportunity to dollar cost average down. However, this is pointing to an upwards movement in the near future. So that seems like the best bet. As far as day or swing trading opportunities go, I think there are better stocks in the market to do with, but I will mark levels of support and resistance just to watch for in case you are interested in getting into BFT as a day or swing trade. Currently looking at 1466, 1476, and then a previous level of resistance now as an acting level of support at 1491. And then we're looking at resistance right around here at about $15.05, followed by another level of resistance at 15.10. And then if we look at the 1 month chart, we're looking at resistance right around here at 15.39, followed by, I would argue, right around here at 16.28, a couple different touch points there. And then the overarching high is sitting right around here at $17.20. So you're going to be looking to push past 15.10 up to 15.39 as the next level of resistance. If you're looking for a long day or swing trading opportunity, the momentum is currently shifting to bullish. The last 4 days have been upward momentum. So keep that in mind with your investing decisions. You would be trading against the grain if you do decide to short this stock. If you are going to short it, I'd look for something similar like this. Maybe at market open you see some pretty harsh sell-offs. You ride, and once you see some price rejection at a level of resistance, ride it back down, to a prior level of support. And then exit your trade. You're done in about 10 or 15 minutes, and you made a quick profit, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at on the 1 day, 1 minute chart. Yeah, this is kind of what I'm seeing on BFT right now. It does seem like a solid company. There's no crazy indicators that are pointing towards an extreme pop-off in the future, but there is a very solid couple of confirmations of future bullish movement. And I would expect to retest some of these levels of resistance and some of these previous highs in the future just based on what I'm seeing on the charts. So that is what I have for the video today, my friends. Thank you again to subscriber Edison Aquino. I really appreciate the recommendation. I hope that this provides some value for some of the subscribers out there. If you'd like a stock covered, drop a ticker symbol in the comments down below for a chance at getting a stock covered in my daily subscriber requested video. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. It really does help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this, as I do post videos every day. And lastly, I do have an affiliate link in the description box down below for Tubebuddy. Now, Tubebuddy is an SEO optimization website that I personally pay a $9 per month membership fee for, and I highly attribute this to growing from 0 to 3,000 subscribers in 22 days. So if you are a content creator or are looking to become one, I could not highly recommend this enough. It is a great tool to get your videos into the eyes of your intended audience, and if you do use my link, I will receive a commission off of your purchase at no extra cost to you. So it is a great way to support the channel, and if you're not interested, that's totally fine. I'm just glad to have your support by giving me your time and watching the videos. So that is what I have for the video today. Thank you for watching, my friends, and I will see you all next time. Peace.